Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's been a long, what's up, what's up? It's been a long time since I started a video like that. Let's talk about the markets right now. I'll talk about a couple of the trades that I took today. And right now, I hate sounding like a broken record. I think I'm bullish. I think I'm bullish because I think if we are not bullish tomorrow, man, are we setting ourselves up. I feel like I'm sitting pretty low here right now. My chair is pretty low. Anyway, back to the point. Let's talk about the overall markets. S&P today dropped down, held this zone right here. Now we're on the daily chart right now, and so the last, I guess technically 3 days, we've been inside, slightly below, slightly above. You know, today I even took a trade right here. We were let's go down to the 15-minute. Right inside here. Okay, so I actually didn't like the fact that we were testing this zone from the bottom, but as soon as we broke above, it actually turned on the 9 EMA. Because the volatility has been so crazy, I turned on the 9 EMA, and I was like, listen, we're in a zone, we're testing it from the bottom, we could be holding, maybe we're a little bit oversold, so we got above. I bought the ES contract, played it for a little bit, you know, and as it pumped up, put my stop in the green, tagged out, did it again over here, but, you know, and rode this up to here, also that tagged out. Now, ES, I know that probably doesn't seem like a lot of money for some, and if you're trading SPY, it certainly isn't. But a futures contract, going from here to here, at $50 a point, you know, this is 5,000. You know, so we'll call it, you know, 595 going up to here, 615, $50 a point. So you still make quite a bit, but man, was it sketchy. I ended up going short later, and then. Honestly, I didn't make it throughout this. I made it through here, but then I want to say it was this wick right here that ended up getting me. As soon as I tagged out, I went short, and it was one of those where I was long one contract, and I went. My stop loss was 2 contracts, so that tagged me out. I ended up going short right here, and then had my stop in the green right there, and I just didn't get the last part up. And honestly, right now, that's kind of how I've been trading. That's why I wanted to make this video, is I'm playing the intraday trend. And I told you guys, like, hey, here's what I think about the overall markets. And, you know, here on YouTube, if you're not in my group, and sorry, that is the top pin link in the comments down below, you know, I'm in my group every day. First of all, they get a video every day, kind of like we're doing on YouTube, but a little bit, they do everything. I break down their tickers, everything. And I'm in the chat. I tell them, hey, I'm going long. Hey, this is where I'm going short. This is what I'm buying. This is what I'm doing. But without that kind of on YouTube, I'm just saying, like, hey, tomorrow I'm gonna have to make that on the fly. I'm gonna have to just take the intraday trend. And honestly, when you get these 15-minute, I don't go really anything below that, but the 15-minute trend, just a 9 EMA is a quick visual. In this market volatility, hey, are we above it or are we below it? Are we looking for a short entry? Are we next to that, or are we just scattered away? I mean, look at the distance we are away from that. You know, so and I hate to say it, just to make it simple, it's a pretty effective way. All you're going to be doing is scalping. You're not going to make any real money on that. No offense to the scalpers. But when you trade a futures contract zone to zone, then you'll know what I'm talking about. And sometimes this happens. You know, you'll end up going long because of this, and then we just don't look back and we send it. It'll be one of the best trades you've ever had. But in this volatility, can you imagine taking a trade, right? No stop loss. Just take a trade. Shut your phone off or your computer. Come back in an hour. Can you imagine the absolute insanity that would take, or the cojones you'd have to take that? You'd have to just not care about money. So that's why I'm kind of stuck on these smaller time frames, just waiting for the right move. I'm waiting for a nice solid bounce so that I can get in short. Ultimately, the trend is down. No doubt about it. No ifs, ands, or buts. If we could just get it to that next zone, that might just be a relief rally. A rip-your-face-off rally could send it to this next zone right here in a matter of 2 days. Be unlikely it would do it in a day. But, you know, could just rip and send. With that being said, I have to wait for that. So in the meantime, I'm kind of just stuck on these. And it kind of looks like we're boiling up something right here. So whether you are long or short, hopefully you win. You know, you can watch this previous low and this previous high, because I'm willing to bet it whichever wick we break right here, we'll head to the next zone. So I did go long. I did go long SPY calls. You know, I traded futures throughout the day. And then at the end of the day, so in my main account, I did go long the 560 calls on SPY. You got the alert in the growth account because I just don't have. There's a huge, size difference in there. I couldn't take on the risk of just going a naked call on the S&P. So what I did do was I bought the 560 and I sold the 562, $2 spread. Paid $94 for it. So most I stand to make is $106, a little over 100% on that one. And all we need to do is SPY just needs to get to 562 or higher. All we need to do is rein that thing back in just a little bit, and that'll be a 100% play. But I gotta say, the volatility, let's just check the VIX out one more time. VIX pulled back a little bit today, but the volatility's still up there. Remember, I look at the VIX like a light switch. Again, the red and green candles, right? If we're above this line, it's going to be a big red or green. If we're below that line, small to medium red or green. Like, that's kind of how I take my approach at trading. When we're up here, this is the last time you want to be arguing with somebody about being bullish or bearish, because that's how you'll look like a fool. It'll just send. If you're talking about the next 5 years, sure. You're talking about what tomorrow's going to bring. Yeah, you're going to set yourself up. Okay. Look at the NASDAQ. Now it looks a little bit more oversold. The NASDAQ to me just runs. So, taking that into effect, it is oversold. I don't even know what the RSI says. Let's go back to the daily. Daily RSI is oversold. I mean, if we just look at this is still the 9 EMA. Got a little extended. So maybe we just rein that thing back in. We could just slow down. This thing catches up. We send it. Look at the 4 hour. Look how the RSI interacts. Just because it's oversold, it does not mean it's going up. So everyone that is brand new, I know a lot of people get tempted by the RSI, which is why I'm often bringing it up. But look at this. We were oversold. This thing barely went up right here. And look right here, oversold. We went to right there. Nothing, okay? Sometimes you can just go sideways. You watch the RSI creep back up. That's cooling off the indicators. So you want to keep an eye out for that. Just because it's oversold, it doesn't mean it's time to buy. It just means it's probably not the best entry to go short, which is why I'm on here making these videos saying, hey, I'm bullish, but ultimately bearish. It's kind of hard being in this position talking about what I'm going to do because I'm taking bullish plays. I'm ultimately bearish, but what I'm really saying there is on the 15-minute to the hourly time frame, I'm looking for a bounce, green candles. On the daily time frame, I'm looking for a short entry. So I wanted to kind of break that down. We can look at the Grandpa Dow. Same story, except for this one. This one doesn't seem quite so oversold. This one is like a healthy trending down because you got a little bit of red, a little bit of green. Anything you just look like that, the RSI never quite makes it to the oversold. Where you got the NASDAQ, the red is just much more pronounced, if you will. Like we're not going anywhere. The only thing we're doing is going sideways. And I will say this, and this is the talk I had in my group. This red, now I said this would be, so I've been talking about this crash since November of last year, right? So far, if we crash, I'm 4 for 4 as far as crashes go. I don't do it for fear-mongering. Just kind of, this is what I see coming. I said it would be more of, I always talked about, hey, is this going to be like a 2020 crash? I said it's not going to be like a 2020 crash. It's going to be more like 2022. We trend down, we relief rally, we trend down again. Kind of a knockdown, drag out, takes a year. The way we are not seeing any green, the way we are just selling off, and right now I think we're selling off due to the kind of tariff war. I don't know if I want to call it a tariff war or tariff bickering back and forth. Until they just fully announce things, are we just pricing that in? Maybe they fully announce tariffs. Tariffs are underway. We realize the world isn't on fire. Yeah, prices raised. They kind of suck in the real world. Stock market, maybe just think, okay, here we are. This is the worst of it. Maybe we get a relief rally off that. But I don't think we've begun to even talk about a recession. I know it's made some headlines and some YouTubers talking about it. But as far as like pricing it in, I don't think we're even there yet. And that's what I'm thinking is, man, we're not seeing any relief rally at all. Have we begun to see any real fear? What happens if we take a little 1-2 combo? If that's what's coming, the only thing we've taken so far is the first punch. And if that second one comes in, things could get worse. Things could get real bad real fast. So I do want everyone to keep that in the back of your mind before you go taking that gambler's fallacy, that roulette trade where it's just red, 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 red. I'm going to put my money on black. It's not a real strategy. Before you go taking that strategy with this market, just remember that thing could get worse. And some of you like to do that and double down and double down and double down each time. the market will destroy your account. It will seek you out, and I promise it will look personal. So please don't do that. I'm going to wrap it up here. I'm trying to keep it short and sweet, and I just want to say, once again, I bought some calls looking for a bounce here. We had a green reaction to some CPI data, and I'm hoping that sends it. But honestly, this is a different warning shot video. If we do not see any green, the red might just be getting started, which is a very serious thing to think about. So anyway, I'll do all the cool stuff. Let me know in the comments down below. Should I bump my head up to like here, a little bit taller? Or do we like little man syndrome? That's your question. Answer that again. Video every day. As long as the engagement is here, the videos are here. I will see you guys tomorrow.